Hey, champions, welcome back to Step Outside Your Comfort Zone, where we are focused on removing the obstacles that stand in your way. I'm Chris Gloss, certified ChangeWorks Master Practitioner, and today we are starting a new series. The series is Thriving During Challenging Times. That's right, thriving during challenging times. How do you get through times like this where you have extreme situations going on that's impacting you, impacting your family, financially, spiritually, and all otherwise? How do you thrive during challenging times? Today's topic that we're focusing in on is sustaining a positive attitude. Sustaining a positive attitude is what we're going to dive in on tonight. Thank you so much if you're watching live tonight. If you're watching the replay, do me a huge personal favor. Go ahead and type replay down in the comments so that I can connect with you as you're watching it at the different times that you're watching it throughout the United States or around the world, wherever you are catching it, I can connect with you. So tonight's topic is very important, very personal to me. I know what it's like. I mean, when this thing kicked off, I know what isolation feels like. I know we all know what it feels like being cut off from the world. You know, and when you feel cut off from the world, your stress level tends to go high. I mean, it could hit the ceiling, right? So when it hits that ceiling, you feel like you're out of control. And I know many people are feeling out of control. And when you feel out of control, you do not feel resourceful. You don't feel like you have what you need to make it. You don't feel like it's going to ever happen for you. You feel very alone. You feel that isolation. And during these challenging times, that could take you out. And we don't want that. We want you to thrive during this time. We don't want you to abandon your dream. We don't want you to abandon your goals. We want you to still stay focused on what you need to do and equip you with the tools necessary to thrive, to push through, to use your faith, to cast away the doubt, to stay focused, to thrive and not just survive. That's what we're going after. Hey, champion Robin Clark Jameson in the building. Good to see you, champion. Good to see you. So we're talking about tonight sustaining a positive attitude. And there are three things that I want to share with you in sustaining a positive attitude. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to write this down. At the end of the broadcast today, I have a very special opportunity for you, a very special invitation for you to go ahead and be able to analyze the state of readiness to be able to thrive through these challenging times. Your personal state of readiness. I want you to find out. I want you to know what it is for you, not just what it is for a group of people or a certain population. I want you to know your readiness level to be able to thrive during challenging times. All right. So, hey, we're going to make this happen. Let's get ready to dive in. Hey, Harry, the big dog is inside of the chat room. I see you, champion. Good to see you inside of there. All right. Number one. To thrive during challenging times, sustaining a positive attitude, number one, build your connections. In order to sustain a positive attitude during this time right now, it's about relational wealth. Somebody type that in the comments for me. Relational wealth. You have to build relationships. It's all about connections just to maintain your mindset. You got to know who you can count on and who you need to count out. It's about maintaining relationships that are adding value to your life. Matter of fact, have you ever had someone tell you, hey, you know what? I appreciate you. You know, when I hear that, when people say, I appreciate you, it makes me think, do you really? Do you add value to my life? Do you add value to my world? Right? Because during challenging times, you don't have time for anybody that's going to be holding you down, holding you back, nitpicking at all your little thoughts and flaws. You don't have time for that. During challenging times, you need people that are on your side. You need people that's going to encourage you, that's going to push you, that's going to help you grow through challenging times. You're going to need people that just want to listen to you, right, and hear you out. Sometimes you just need somebody just to be there. You don't even need a conversation. You need people that know who you are, know where you're going, know your value, know your worth, In order to sustain a positive attitude, you have to eliminate negative people. I remember Dale Bronner said years ago that you got to keep people in your life that add and multiply, and you got to get the people out of your life that subtract and divide. Let me say that again, because that's kind of old school motivation, right? That you got to keep people in your life that add and multiply. Who are the people that add and multiply in your life? Who are the people that make you feel good every time you say their name? Who are the people that when you see their name in your phone, it motivates you and inspires you? Matter of fact, a quick test that you can do to help you sustain your positive mental attitude throughout a challenging time is I want you to take a look at your phone. After this broadcast, I want you to look at your phone and I want you to pay attention to the last 10 people you talked to, the last 10 people you messaged, the last 10 people you connected to. And then I want you to ask yourself a question. Were they champions? Were they people that empower you? Were they people that sow into you the things that you need? Or were they the people that subtract and divide? The people that when you say their name, you get this feeling like, Has that ever happened to you? Just the mere thought of someone saying their name, it feels like it just drained you? Have you ever been there? Oh, I'm just talking to myself right now, I guess. I guess I'm just talking to myself. Nobody else has ever experienced that, really? Like you just think of it, it's like, oh, it's just a draining experience, right? You can't have that around you during challenging times. During challenging times, you need your A-team around you. You need the people around you. I'm not talking about yes people either. Yes people could be just as toxic as a negative person in your life. You need people that's going to continue to challenge you, continue to cause you to stretch. When you don't feel like doing it anymore, they right there behind you. Come on, you got more in you. Come on, you have another step. Come on, go for it again. I know it was painful. I know it was hard. I know it was challenging, but you still got more in you. There's still butter in that duck. Right? There is still more in you. Those are the type of people in relationships. One more thing about building connections and building relationships. Learn how to prioritize relationships. Somebody put that in a chat for me. Prioritize relationships. See, in motivational talks, a lot of people say that you need to get rid of people out of your life. No, I'm not telling you to do that. Because some people have the same last name. You can't get rid of people with the same last name. Especially if you're married to them, especially if you grew up with them, you're of the same blood. You can't just dismiss people. That is bad thinking because you don't know where they are in their journey. They probably think they're doing their best to support you. I'm talking about prioritizing relationships. Here's a word I want you to think of: proximity. Somebody put that in the chat, proximity. How close are people to you? The people that are energy draining may have the same last name. Maybe they don't need to be so close to you. Proximity. You don't want to get rid of them because they serve a purpose in your life. You serve a purpose in their life. Iron sharpens iron. But you just can't be around them so much. You got to reduce the amount of time. You got to create space in there as much as possible. You got to value that time. Proximity. Don't get rid of nobody. This is the wrong time to get rid of people. Right? Especially people that love you. They just don't know how to love you. Maybe they don't know what your love language is. So number one in sustaining a positive attitude is building your relationships, building your connection, building your network, and prioritizing relationships. Those are things that you got to do. Those are just things you got to do to sustain a positive attitude. So once again, team, we're doing a series on thriving during challenging times. This is part 1 of 12. I have 12 power topics that I want to share with you on how to help you keep your mind in the game, how to keep you focused in this. And matter of fact, at the end of it, I have a personal readiness assessment for you that at no cost. The link is already inside the description that I want you to take so that you can know what's your readiness to be able to thrive during the challenging times, to make it through this time of this pandemic, to make it through a recession, to make it through turbulent times. You got to know where you are, and I'm going to help you with that. Number 2, in sustaining a positive mental attitude. Somebody put this in the chat for me. Number 2, find purpose. Find purpose. Find purpose. I was reading a study in a Psychology Today magazine that talked about chasing happiness may be the biggest cause of depression in our society. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Chasing happiness may be the biggest cause of depression in our society. Why? Because you're chasing something that could be potentially just be so elusive to you. And you've been chasing it for years and you can't find it. And when you don't find happiness, you begin to get depressed because you lost purpose. You lost purpose. So you're trying to create this feeling around you that's not even working for you as you in hot pursuit of it. So what should we be looking for? Well, look for things that are more meaningful. Make meaningful things more of a goal. More of a goal. What's meaningful to you? What would make you feel fulfilled? What gives you that feeling at the end of the day? Like I was watching Jason Hodge, who's in the chat room right now with his son. 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, right? He's up there with his son playing a game and educating him, having a great time. It's moments like that out of the meaningful time you're spending with people creates the happiness you're looking for. But if you just chase happiness without the meaningful times or mindfulness, if you don't get that part, whatever it is you're chasing is always going to be elusive. Because the happiness is born out of those meaningful moments. I know Jason was happy with his son. I know his son was happy with him. Why? Because here I am on the other side of the United States, 3 o'clock in the morning, smiling from ear to ear because watching this kid have a father in his life that I didn't have. I was happy for him. I was happy for the connection. I was happy for the moment that was going on. And what it's all about at the end of the day is connecting to finding a purpose, moving towards your goals daily. The thing that ignites you, the thing that you said God told you to do, the thing that you know in your knower that it's like, hey, I'm nothing without this thing. This is what I'm supposed to do. I can't help it. When I go to sleep, I dream about it. I wake up day and night talking about this thing. Yeah, finding purpose. Part 2 to finding purpose and staying focused on your goals is about helping others. You can find purpose in helping others succeed. You can find purpose in being a supporter, being a connector. Find purpose doing something for somebody else, getting out of your own way. One of the most powerful things, somebody type this in the chat for me, compassion. If you ever want to get out of your own way, employ compassion. Compassion for other people releases something inside of you that is so fulfilling. Have you ever went and served food on Thanksgiving? Have you ever went and volunteered and spent time in the hospitals or in the elderly homes? Have you ever did something like that, did something for somebody else, and you felt this sense of greatness just take over you? Compassion. That's purpose. Get wrapped up, become obsessed with your purpose. There's nothing else going to give you more love, more joy, more everything that you're looking for than the reason why you're here. The reason why you were sent here on this planet, your purpose. Doing your purpose will ignite you and cause you to sustain a positive mental attitude. Somebody type this in the chat for me, PMA, the letters PMA. Zig Ziglar said you got to get a PMA. What's a PMA, Chris? A positive mental attitude. If you don't have any letters behind your name, if you don't have a PhD, a MBA, a B behind your name, here's what you could put behind your name from now on. Put your first name, your last name, and then put PMA. for a positive mental attitude. People love people with a positive mental attitude. People will pay for people with a positive mental attitude to be around them. Trust me, if you got stinking thinking, not too many people want to be around you. Nobody want to be around stinking thinking folks, right? So have that PMA and celebrate that PMA. So we talked about number 1, building connections, building relationships, prioritizing relationships. Number 2, find purpose, moving toward your goal and helping others. Number 3, maintain a hopeful outlook. Please put that in the chat for me. Number 3, maintain a hopeful outlook. Now, I got to give you a definition for this word hope because it makes all the difference in the world. Because you hear people say things, hope's not a strategy, hope's this, hope's that, all right? Here's the definition for the word hope. Hope is the ability to foresee change in the future. Let me say that again. Hope is the ability to foresee change in the future. You got to sustain a positive mental attitude. You got to know wherever you are right now is subject to change. Whatever you experience right now is subject to change. You got to know the circumstance is subject to change. You got to know the circumstance, the circle you're standing in. The circle you're standing in, the circumstance is going to change. It's not going to be this way forever. You know there is more for you in this world. You know there is something greater for you. You know there's something better for you. You just don't know how. How is none of your business, first of all. I just need you to take a step outside your comfort zone and you begin to get all the resources. Trust me on this. Everything you need is outside your comfort zone. Everything you need becomes available, becomes attracted to you when you begin to take action. If you want to attract something in your life, start taking action. Just take baby steps. You don't have to start out flying. You can start out just with a baby step and then with a stride, then with a run, then you start flying and then you start soaring. But it all comes from hope, that ability to foresee change in the future, see something different. Don't look at where you are if you don't like where you are right now. Spend time using your imagination. Use your imagination and see yourself out of this circumstance. See yourself a year ahead, experiencing everything you knew that was there for you. See yourself using your imagination, seeing something greater for you. See what's for you that God has put in place and has put in store for your future. Don't look at what you don't like. Only keep before your eyes what you want to see. Stop looking at the news. Stop reading negative things. Only keep before your eyes things that are encouraging you, things that are nourishing the dream in you. Keep those things before your eyes. Once again, we're talking about thriving during challenging times. This is part 1 of 12. Got some fired up topics I'm going to be sharing with you. It's designed to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. I have a special invitation for you. I'm going to share the details with you in just a moment. I want to do a quick recap, and then I'll share the details with you and giving you an invitation so you could determine what's your level of readiness to thrive during challenging times before I even get through all 12. I know that's exciting for you. So real quick, sustaining a positive mental attitude is about building your connections, building relationships, having relationships around you that feed into you, that pour into you, and at the same time that you can pour into, keeping around you those type of people that nourish your life and add value to your life. Number 2, find purpose, move toward your goals, help other people, create things and do things that are meaningful to you. That creates that strong sense of purpose. Number 3, maintain a hopeful outlook. Hope is the ability to foresee change in the future, right? It's not about where you are. It's where you're going, where you're heading. So team, here's what I want you to do. Inside the description, there is a link for you to take a personal readiness assessment on your ability to thrive during challenging times. There is no cost for this. I'm gifting this to you. All you have to do is click the link inside of the description and you will be able to take this survey. This is a survey that's going to help you identify where you are so you can get from where you are to where you want to be. What's your ability to be able to do that? So I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it just in case you're watching this and you're not a part of the group, the community. And I highly recommend you become a part of the community. All you have to do is go to www.stepoutcomfortzone.com. Once again, www.stepoutcomfortzone.com. Join the community. In this video, you can look right below and find the link. But just in case, here's the link to the no cost assessment, and it's soczme/PRA. Somebody type that in the chat for me, please. soczme.me/PRA. Take that personal readiness assessment so that you can determine your ability to thrive during challenging times. And I look forward to seeing you over in the next video. The next video is going to be fire. You don't want to miss it. You want to come to the community, be a part of it. Don't miss the next video. Hey team, thank you so much for watching live. All the champions, Demetria, Robin, Jason, just to name a few. Harry, the big dog, is in there. So many people are hanging out. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next video. Remember, if you're watching the replay, type replay and share some thoughts with me about what you listened to, how you enjoyed tonight's video. Hey, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. This has been Chris Gloss, and I look forward to seeing you soon.